So hi guys, this is Ashutosh, your host, and I welcome you all in this new video tutorial session of electrical machines where I have presented over here the new practical of DC motor. This is what you have to type. Just you have to go in virtual labs electrical machines lab new by IIT Roorkee. Okay, just type virtual lab, then this window will appear. Introduction, objective, list of experiments, target audience, course alignment, feedback. So you have to select list of experiments and then you have to select this experiment. Today we are going to perform this experiment, speed control of DC motor by armature resistance control, and this is virtual lab. Then you can directly go to the simulation. So guys, here we have already prepared the circuit connections, and now we will show you how it is, how it runs, and how you can also do the same simulation practical in this virtual lab. So guys, we have connected all the circuits. As you can see here, there is voltmeter, ammeter, speedometer, then DC motor, stator is here, rotor is here, then field rheostat and armature resistance or armature rheostat are there. Then there is supply terminals plus minus, and there are 3-point starters, and we have already connected the circuit diagram. So guys, just click on this, so it will get on. Okay, then supply, it will connect it to the supply, and the red color will turn on, and it will turn on as a green button. Okay, now you see the machine is running. You can clearly see the machine rotor is running, and what is the supply voltage? 220 volt is the supply voltage. And what is the current? And this current is connected, this ammeter is connected in series with the field circuit. You can see here, this is the field circuit. Okay, you can clearly see, and this is 0.8 ampere showing, and speedometer is, the speed of motor is 1360 rpm. Okay, and you can control the speed of DC motor by changing this armature resistance. Field resistance is fixed. Okay, it is kept fixed. Okay, but now you can change armature resistance. So you can see here the voltage becomes 180 volt, field current 0.8 ampere. It will be constant because flux is constant, because this is DC shunt motor. Now speed becomes less. You can see over here 1080 rpm. So you can perform this practical. So I will show you how you can connect the circuit. Okay, so we have to first reset. So let's start from the beginning. Okay guys, so first of all, just we have to reset this connection. It is already connected, so just reset, click on this reset. Okay, and the connection will got reset. Okay, so it is disconnected. Now guys, what we have to do, we have to connect all the circuit connections as per the diagram. Okay, now first of all we will go to our PPT PowerPoint presentation. So just see here what DC motor is all about and what is the connection diagram of DC shunt motor. Here you can see the armature of DC shunt motor. This is armature and this is field. Both are connected in parallel. That's why it is called DC shunt motor. As you can see over here, this is the field current or ISH or IF. Okay, and this is the field resistance RSH. This is armature where back EMF is shown, and this is armature resistance of armature winding, and this is the supply terminal voltage or terminal voltage. Okay guys, and what is the equations? Total current is I, line current equal to armature current plus field current or shunt field current. Then second is field current ISH or IF equal to V upon RSH, and which is almost constant in DC shunt motor. Field current or flux, field flux is almost constant. Then supply voltage you can write V equal to EB plus IARA plus brush voltage drop. This is the brush voltage drop, and which is very negligible in this case. So you can neglect this voltage voltage drop across brush, and what becomes the equation becomes V equal to EB plus IaRa, and flux is almost constant in DC shunt motor. So guys, what is the speed equation? Back EMF formula you know already. Back EMF equal to EB equal to P phi NZ upon 60A, and back EMF is directly proportional to flux and speed. And what is the formula for speed? Equal to speed proportional to EB upon flux. You already know. And this is the speed for DC shunt motor. You can write down like this: speed is directly proportional to V minus IaRa, okay, divided by flux. So flux is constant, so speed formula becomes like this: N is proportional to V minus IaRa. And for DC series motor, as you can see over here guys, in DC series motor, flux is not constant, but field current is almost equal to armature current. So both are equal to, or field flux is almost equal to armature current. So we put both equal. Okay, that's why the formula becomes N is directly proportional to V minus IaRa minus ISRS upon Ia. Okay, so the back EMF formula becomes EB equal to V minus IaRa minus ISRS. So these expressions for an important in understanding various characteristics of different types of DC motors. So what you can see guys, this is torque equation. Torque is directly proportional to armature current in case of DC shunt motor, you can see here. And for DC series motor, torque is proportional to armature current squared. And there are three types of characteristics you always draw between torque and armature current characteristic, speed and armature current characteristic, N versus Ia. First one is torque versus Ia, second is speed versus Ia, and third is speed torque characteristic, N versus T. So guys, let's move on to the direct connection, how the circuit connections are connected. Okay, so this is the diagram we were looking. So guys, the same diagram you have to see. Okay, now we will go to our simulation. Okay, here what is there is supply terminal plus and minus, and what is the diagram? As you can see in this diagram, the supply terminal. Okay, as you can see the supply terminal, this is the supply terminal plus and minus, and DC supply is provided from here. So plus terminal is connected from armature A2 point and F2 point. As you can see from here, the plus point of DC supply is first connected to A2 point of armature and F2 point of field. So connect. Okay, so we will connect as per the circuit diagram. So plus point of supply is first connected to A2, okay, already connected, and then again plus point is connected to F2 as per the circuit diagram, as you can see. Okay, then go to the PowerPoint presentation. So here you can see plus point is got connected from A2 point of armature, then F2 point of armature. Oh, okay, then guys, then minus point, see here, the minus point or negative point of supply, DC supply, is directly connected to line. Okay, so directly connected to line. So connect this negative point of supply will be connected to this line, because this is the 3-point starter, and there are three terminals L, F, A. L means line, F means field, and A means armature. So this is called 3-point starter. There are 3 points. So negative point is connected to L point. Okay, then see the PowerPoint presentation, and then guys, field point, see the field point. This is field or Z. You can write it F or capital Z. So field point is connected to ammeter is there. You can see here is the ammeter, and this is the plus point of ammeter, and this is the minus point of ammeter. So Z or field point is directly connected to plus of ammeter. So you can connect the field point is directly connected to positive of ammeter. This is ammeter, and it is always connected in series. So field point of starter is connected to positive point, and then see what is the connection. Then negative point, see here the negative point, if there is rheostat, then it will be connected to rheostat, field rheostat's plus point. Okay, whether we will see there is rheostat, so negative point of ammeter will be connected to positive point of rheostat. Okay, so take negative point and this is the field rheostat, then connect positive point of rheostat, and negative point of rheostat, see here, and negative point of rheostat will be connected to field F1 point. Okay, negative point will be connected to field F1 point. This is F1 point, guys. Okay, so field circuit is completed. Now see the armature circuit, how armature is connected. See here, armature is connected to, there is a rheostat, no field current, no extra current, sorry, no ammeter is there. Okay, so ammeter is directly connected to plus point, positive point of rheostat. So connect, the armature is connected with plus point of armature resistance or rheostat, and the negative point, see here, the negative point of rheostat is directly connected to A1, armature point A1. So you can connect the negative point of armature rheostat, armature resistance is connected to directly armature point A1. So this is the armature circuit is completed. Okay, so now you can see here there is one voltmeter. One connection is left. There is one voltmeter which will read the motor voltage. Okay, which will read EB, motor armature voltage. You can check. So where it is connected, this voltmeter is got connected from positive terminal of supply. You can see the one terminal is positive terminal connected to positive terminal, and other terminal is connected to the common point of A1 of armature and rheostat's negative point. So combination of this. Okay, so this is the joint. So connect plus point to the joint A1 and another is field armature resistance minus point. This is the joint, and another point, negative point, connects from positive terminal. So the circuit diagram, circuit is got connected. Now you have to check. Now just check, click on this, then this appears correct connection. It will say correct connection, then click OK, and then you have to switch on this supply. Then click on this supply. It is red. Now it will turn on to a green button. When you will click on this, then it will turn on green button. Okay, now motor is started. Motor, the rotor is running. You can see the first reading is 220 volt voltage, armature voltage, supply voltage, and this is the 0.8 ampere field current, and this is speedometer. It tells 1360 rpm. So what you have to do, this reading will be added if you will click add to table. So first reading is there is a graph for creating graph. There are two readings, voltage column is there, speed column is there. So here graph will be presented. Okay, when we will find all the observation table, then the graph will be plotted. Okay, so what you have to do, this is the armature resistance control. Okay, so what you have to do, guys, you have to just, there are three types of control, you know, flux control, rheostatic control, and voltage control. So our method is armature resistance control. So what we have to do, I will just show you. This is the speed control method. Okay, so we know speed is directly proportional to EB upon flux, and we can write in place of EB V minus IA RA upon flux. So we have to connect, we have to change this armature resistance. Okay, rheostat resistance. So it is when armature resistance is added, then this IA RA drop will be increased, and therefore the numerator, the amount of numerator is decreased, and therefore speed decreases. So guys, whenever you increase the resistance, speed decreases. Okay, now you can see from the diagram, we can go to that directly here. Okay, now this is the field resistance, it is constant. Okay, when you try to move this, it does not move. Okay, it is got constant. Okay, got fixed, and resistance is minimum now and you have to change the resistance, armature resistance. See here, armature resistance, and then increase the value of armature resistance, so it is moved, and then you can see voltage becomes reduced, less 200 volt, 0.8 ampere is field current, it is almost constant. Then speed rotor is reduced, the speed of rotor is reduced, then speedometer reading is 1190 rpm. And then what you have to do, add to table, just click add to table, then we have got the second row of our observation table. Okay, now again increase the armature resistance. So when you increase the armature resistance, speed drops. Okay, you notice here, okay, you will notice here, then again we have increased the armature resistance and the voltage drops, 180 volt becomes 180 volt, field current is almost constant, 0.8 ampere, speedometer reading becomes less, 1080, then again you have to add to table. Okay, add to table. So we have got the third row of our observation table, and then again increase the armature resistance like this. So again this becomes 160 volt, field current 0.8 ampere, speedometer reading 950 rpm. So this is the rotor, and you have to add to table. Then again we have got our next row of observation table, then again increase the field resistance, it becomes 120 volt, 0.8 ampere, speedometer tells 690, add to table, and then again increase the armature resistance, then it becomes 100 volt, 0.8 ampere, speedometer reading is 580, and speed is decreasing. Okay, you will notice speed got reduced when you increase the armature resistance. So, and again the final value is, this is the optimum, okay, last value of armature resistance, and it becomes 80 volt, current is 0.8 ampere, and speedometer reading is 450. So again add to table, and now you have got all the rows of observation table. And for create graph, just click on this create graph. So you can see here the graph is directly proportional to speed. Okay, see here, put your pointer here, then it will tell this is the 1190 rpm and voltage is 200 volt, and here you can put here 1360 20 volt, you can put here, okay, move your cursor, then this is 690 rpm 120 volt, and finally you can print this voltage speed characteristics. So guys, this was the characteristics drawn between voltage and speed. Voltage was taken on x-axis, speed was taken on y-axis. So guys, this is called armature speed control of DC motor by varying armature resistance. Okay, so that's it for today guys, and we will meet again in our next video. Till then, goodbye.